Hello everybody and welcome back. This is the screen for Just Another Day. I'm getting ready to book right now. There will be 4 surprise entries and one of which you can see on the screen, unfortunately. So if you keep your eyes peeled you can see them. But I hope you guys enjoy the show and thank you for all the positivity on my first stream. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better. Before I fully begin, I would like to thank IceIsle for making me this championship off a basis from MJ Stark's X Division title for, I believe, WPL or something like that. So I'd just like to thank him and thank MJ Stark for making the title to begin with, because it was pretty easy for him to modify into this, which I'm very thankful for. So thank you for that. Alright, everybody, let's start the show. Opening segment, Aaron Andrews comes out, hypes up the fans. One of the main features of the evening is his triple threat match, defending his TCW World Heavyweight Championship against Rocky Golden and Murat Koklov. And it couldn't have gone any better. Gets 100, and everybody is buzzing right off the bat. We couldn't be off to a better start here. Hope you're ready for some surprises. Our opening match of the evening, couple of newcomers to TCW. Joey Poison, Art Reed, obviously from CGC and Pride and Glory Honor Wrestling respectively, have all deferred. Saeed Ali, also from, I believe, 4C. I think that's where he still worked. But he got stolen. He's under a written contract. And Tombstone is actually only under a pay-per-appearance contract, but it looks like it's time to steal him. Saeed Ali and Tombstone showed excellent chemistry, and that will be my first tag team that I have made, except for the Carnage Cowboys of RDJ and Dazzling Dave. These two actually have chemistry, unlike those two. So I think it's time to make something out of these two young guys. Art Reed and Joey Poison get the win in only 8 minutes, 64 ranking, not bad. Art Reed 71, Joey Poison 52. Joey Poison should get a decent little bit of pop for that, but I mean, Tombstone doesn't really have any, and Saeed doesn't really have any, so I don't think we'll have too many losses there. Second matchup of the evening, Jack Avatar, my user character, defeated Brent Hill in 9 minutes and 38 seconds with an All-American Slam, a 74 rated match, which is not bad considering Avatar only has 44 overness, I believe. And so this will get him a little bit more over, and there's not much downside as Brent Hill is pretty much over the hill. But 59 for Jack Avatar, 73 for Brent Hill. On to the next matchup. This is a segment I was kind of weary about booking. I didn't think it would do that great. I hope that it doesn't drop the crowd mood too much. Avalanche Takano is in the ring with a microphone. He claims he is so good he cannot be defeated by anybody. Makes an open challenge. Who will come out and fight him? Avalanche Takano gets a surprise from his former promotion and where he was actually trained. PGHW sent over Isaku Kunumasu of Dave fame. He is making his TCW debut at the ripe age of 45 years old, but it was null and void as he is defeated by the younger and obviously a little bit better Avalanche Takano in 10 minutes with a Mountain Takano. Now that's a crucifix bomb off the top rope. I gotta say that move sounds pretty interesting. I would love to see that in person. So Avalanche Takano gets a big win, and it looks like he is rising up the rankings at a pretty young age. The manager of Mark Speed, Eric Tyler, the traditionalist, and Mark Speed come out to the ring with a microphone in hand. He claims Speed is so good he cannot be defeated by anyone. He makes an open challenge. Now, we already saw how that went once tonight. Let's see if we can get 2 for 2 open challenges. Mark Speed will be defending his TCW International Championship against anyone in the locker room. It is time to tap, nap, or snap. In our first feud match of the evening, we have the Carnage Cowboys defeating American Buffalo and Killer Shark, managed by Floyd Goldworthy. Now, Killer Shark looked like he was a weak link in that matchup. He couldn't quite keep up with anybody with a ring performance of 48. That's kind of disappointing, but that's okay. He's still pretty young. He's got all the potential in the world. Everybody in the locker room seems to want to tell me that. So, Carnage Cowboys get a big win, and that is actually the blow-off match of the feud, so a 68 isn't exactly ideal, but that will be all from RDJ and American Buffalo. Dazzling Dave Diamond and RDJ are looking towards the tag team ranks and probably are getting ready for a feud with Elite. Here we go with the tag team turmoil match that couldn't have gone any better, I don't think anyways. The Elite defeated Devin Fortune, Massive Thunder, and the American Cobras in 12 minutes. The order of elimination, the Cobras first, then Massive Thunder. Wow, Massive Thunder wasn't the first one eliminated, look at that. And then finally, Devin Fortune, who is currently feuding with the Elite. Obviously not very successfully. Chance Fortune was the weak link, and he struggled. He got 51. His partner got a 76. Yeah, he might be holding him back just a little bit. Massive Thunder, got 65 and 64. The Elite, Nate Johnson, is pretty happy right now because he actually asked for a pay raise and he got most of it. He didn't get all of it, but he got most of it. Looks like he's earning that with that 80 there. And Eddie Chandler, a little bit falling behind. The American Cobras, not far behind, mid-60s, not bad. In another championship matchup, we have a surprise entrant from the world of world-level wrestling in Japan. Americana comes over, and Bud is unsuccessful in an overhead wires match when Ed Stone, of course, went to the middle, got the title belt. Ed Stone carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. He is just killing it. He has got mid-60s in the overness, and he really hasn't beaten anybody that should really give him that rating, but that's okay because I'm not complaining about it, and he has got major positive momentum right now, and he's a heel. He hasn't even really, mainly just through his amazing matches, which is what an X Division is for. It's great. He's now defended it 8 times in 2 months, so it might be a while till we see him unseated. You didn't really get to see that, but Frankie Perez was pretty upset that he was in a high spots matchup, but that's okay, because Brian Vessey's not too big on him and says he needs to learn how to sell, so don't really care what he has to say at the moment. So Rocky Golden comes out, does an interview, talking about his upcoming battle with Marat Koklov and Aaron Andrews. Wow, he didn't even do as well as Andrews did earlier. That's surprising. But a 93, obviously very good rating, setting up the better half of the show more than likely. So see what's next. The feud rolls on between the New Wave and Eddie Peak, who this time gets help from Brian Vesey and Troy Tornado, but is unsuccessful as Danny Fonzarelli, that goofball that apparently I'm supposed to push, but I really don't care. I don't even care if I fail that owner goal. But Danny Fonzarelli and the New Wave defeated Eddie Peak, Brian Vesey, and Troy Tornado in 16:53 when Danny Fonzarelli beat Troy Tornado with a retro rocket. Now, Scout and Guide, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Those 86 and 84. That's what I expect out of those guys. That's why I love them so much. Danny Fonzarelli, 71, so not bad. He outdid Troy Tornado and Brian Vesey from the other team. And Eddie Peak with an 81. I actually just realized that Eddie Peak and Brian Vesey are both on time decline. Now, Brian Vesey is pretty far along, but Eddie Peak, I believe, just started it, which is kind of unfortunate because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to push him to the main event like I was hoping, but that's okay. His feud with the New Wave is getting over pretty well. 76 rating on this matchup, so rolling on along. in what I believe is our last surprise entrant of the night, Jefferson Stardust of SWF fame, recently stolen, comes out and says that he will take the open challenge that Mark Speed issued. Mark Speed can't believe it and is freaking out in the ring. In a decent match, Jefferson Stardust defeated Mark Speed for the International Championship. Now, this match was set up to steal the show, and so it got the crowd buzzing. That is very good. It couldn't have gone any better. Wow, a 60 from Mark Speed. I guess he doesn't like to lose as much as he likes to win, because he's been pulling in way better ratings than that. But that's okay. Successful debut for Jefferson Stardust. I'm happy with it. Oh, wait a minute. What's that? Another surprise entrant of tonight's card? That's right. Sean McFly makes his return. On loan again from North of the Border Pro Wrestling. This time, he will be facing on fellow good guy, Joshua Taylor, in what should be a pretty good matchup. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Jay Cord defeated Mighty Mo to finally end their feud. This match got a 78. Cord got an 81. Mighty Mo got a 70. So both guys come out looking pretty good in that feud. We take a peek backstage. Murat Koklov attacks Rocky Golden and leaves him down and out. It looks like Rocky is not going to be able to be in the World Heavyweight Championship match later on tonight. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Joshua Taylor defeated Sean McFly. The match only got a 78. Now, I'm pretty sure that that's just because they're both faces. I'm glad to see in this version, by the way, that you can book faces against each other without getting like a 60 rating, even if they're main eventers. So, Sean McFly comes over, and he is unfortunately unsuccessful in getting another victory inside TCW. But Joshua Taylor, it's a big win. He really needed that. He's shooting up the rankings. Looks like he's going to be a world champion pretty soon. A video plays hyping Aaron Andrews and Murat Koklov for the World Heavyweight Championship here up next. See, now this is why this match was made the co-main event, because Aaron Andrews defeats Murat Koklov in a tables match when Murat Koklov was put through a table. Think like flying crossbody through a table like we saw from the flying forearm on Raw this week from AJ. Or on Payback, I'm sorry. Think that. That's kind of what I was going for here. And Murat Koklov was obviously tiring because he can't go more than 15 minutes, and it was a wild brawl. Aaron Andrews, performance of 92, defends his title, and Koklov only gets a 78, and he still looked pretty good. So, on to the main event of Sammy Bach and Wolf Hawkins. A video plays hyping up our main event this evening. In an exceptional match, mind you, this was set at regular. I didn't even have to set anything special for this one. Wolf Hawkins defeats Sammy Bach by 2 falls to 1 after losing the first. The final fall happening with a full moon rising. Of course, Jason Zaria and Peter Michaels killing it on the announce table. Sammy Bach 94, Wolf Hawkins 94. Very good. I think if Wolf Hawkins, would have had more pop for this match, it would have gone even better. By the way, this event is actually our debut in the Mid-Atlantic region, so looks like it's going pretty well. This is the rating for tonight's show. I'd like to thank you for tuning in and checking it out. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did booking it. I'm really enjoying this new game. 16 in general, I just think it just plays a lot better. I'm loving the new momentum system. I think it's just awesome. So yeah, we'll have to see more from Sammy Bach and Wolf Hawkins. Obviously, Aaron Andrews defends, but will he be defending against Murat Koklov and Rocky Golden much longer? I probably don't think so. I think he's on to bigger and better things. I think he takes the winner of the feud between Wolf and Sammy. Let me know what you guys think. And Murat and Rocky are obviously going to keep on rocking it against each other because that's just that's big money right there. Carnage Cowboys are obviously done with American Buffalo and on to the tag team titles with Elite. Now, will they be able to get it? That's the question. I know Eddie Chandler is actually in decline as well. Nate Johnson is not. So that'll be an interesting feud. Let me know what you guys thought, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.